Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla.
And we want you to mansplain baseball elsewhere. I zoned.
It's Monday.
Just like, it is Monday, June 7th when we're recording. I'm toasting with cherry bubbly to the fact that in 1982, Graceland was open to the public for the first time on this day. My great aunt loved Elvis Presley, so.
My mom was obsessed with him too.
Yep. So
the only real rebellious thing she ever did as a kid was she snuck out of her house to go see Elvis in concert after my mom all told her she couldn't go.
Well, Mama shouldn't try to keep people from concerts. That's just rude.
Okay.
It's a good reason to rebel.
She's going to ask where my rebellious streak comes from.
Because you saw Elvis that one time, Ma. It's your fault.
This is all on you.
So what are you toasting with? Sweet tea again, or?
It is sweet tea again. I am toasting with sweet tea, and I am toasting to the fact yesterday was National Cancer Survivors Day. Cancer touches pretty much every family. 20% of people will be diagnosed with some form of cancer in their lifetime. So pretty much every family has a story, has a survivor, has lost someone. So I think it's cool that we take a day just to remember and think about the people that are in that fight, because fuck, man, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Yes.
Agreed.
I've got another Southern Belle, and don't worry, it's not all whiskey this time, I promise. And I was gonna toast to the Canadian Wild softball team. I finally ordered merch, and I got the little pennant, and I got my the shirt that I'm wearing, and I got some other stuff. But then I also saw that today is Prince's birthday, so a little two for toast. Shout out to Canadian Wild softball, wrong sport, and also Prince. We miss you, and I feel like I need to listen to him for the rest of the night. So
probably, and also since we're not doing Mansplain Hockey elsewhere this week because there's no series done yet. Well, we're not doing it today. The first female was drafted in the Ontario Hockey League.
Yes.
She's around 14, and she's a goaltender, so that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So anyway, extra toast time, which hopefully she's not your Kickass lady, but if so, we can learn more.
She's not. This week, Kickass lady, I had to check with y'all because I'm kind of surprised we haven't done it yet, but we haven't, is Simone Biles. We probably all seen the fact that her videos are all over Twitter right now because they just did something.
They're doing Olympic qualifiers, aren't they?
I think it's qualifiers. Something. I don't know. She's fucking killing it at all the things. So I want to take a second and just run through some fun stuff about her. Also, okay, so I know she's short. Obviously she has to be short, but I didn't realize how short she was. She's only 4'8".
Oh, well, there's a giant next to her.
Right? That I'm 6'6", baby. Let's go. I'm huge compared to her. Anyways, whatever. She was born on March 14th, 1997. In Columbus, Ohio. She's, as we all know her, we know her from Texas, but she was born in Ohio. She has 3 pages of career highlights. So I'm gonna just grab a few.
Yeah.
She's the most decorated world champion American gymnast with 14 total medals, 10 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze. She's the first woman to capture 4 gold medals at a single world championship since the Soviet Union's, not even going to try to say her name, I'm very sorry, it was 1974. And Simone did it in 2014 and 2015. She was the first female African-American all-around world champion. She was she has been undefeated in all-around competition since 2013. Jesus. And it is 2021, in case you weren't aware.
If you're not watching on YouTube, all I'm doing is blinking, that disbelief blink.
Yeah. She recently, I think it was the day before yesterday, she landed a trick on floor exercises that's never been done before. And I wrote down the technical term, but I don't know how to say a lot of these words. And it's like a bunch of different ones put together. Anyways, it's called the Biles now because she's the only one who's ever done it.
That's
so
cool.
It's hers. So that's pretty fucking cool.
That's cool.
And we all know, or maybe we all know, we've seen her. The last 2 times she's competed, she has rhinestone goats on her leotards.
Mm-hmm.
The first time it was like on her back. This time she had them on her shoulders. So I don't know, man. Like, just literally doing all the things. And I was watching some stuff about her yesterday, and they were talking about how, like, she's so good and so far ahead of everyone that if you, like, took her off the U.S. team and put her on, like, just some fucking random country, whatever, that country.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. That country immediately becomes favorites to win gold medals because literally all you need is her. That's how much better she is than literally everyone. She was the first woman gymnast to win 3 consecutive world all-around titles. She is most world championship gold medals won by a female gymnast in history, and most decorated world championship American gymnast ever, male or female, with 30 total medals. And she was the first first American woman in 23 years to win 3 all-around national titles. Basically, if there's like anything you can do, she's done it.
How big do you think the trophy room in her house is?
Right, it's
probably
a trophy
bigger than
house. It's a trophy house. She has a trophy house.
She's probably like Juan Soto, who just has this silver slugger like on the floor
while his Xbox. Like, no big deal. She got her gold medals just like in a drawer. It's fine.
Like, oh, you need a spoon? Oh, sorry, ran into a gold medal. There's another one.
Insane. And a little fun fact, which we probably all could have guessed, that she does crazy training, but she trains over 40 hours a week. So, like, all the time I'm at work, I mean, I get that that's her work, but also my work is not physical activity.
Than I work, let's be honest.
Yeah, like it's not. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot. It's a lot. So that's just a little, really just highlighting her like badassery, because we all kind of know a little bit about her. We know where she's from and all that stuff. Her passions, according to her bio, are reading, history, shopping, and spending time with friends. Not sure when the hell she has time to do any of that, but shout out to her for doing it.
I guess she's probably shopping, like she's probably on Amazon while she's flipping through the air or something. Like,
that should be their next ad.
No, I can't walk in text without falling.
Right. So that's Simone, and we'll get to see a lot more of her when the Olympics start up. Like, you know, when is that? Like a month or whatever it is, but not even a month, I don't think. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not even. I'm just excited they have them. But like, I have a friend and my mom's coworker. It's her son that is going to, first off, Olympic trials for track and field here, but he's number 2 in the nation. You still have to make the team, but they assume he'll make the team. They're not even allowing spectators in trials for track and field. And so, like, I guess track and field athletes don't peak till later. But like, can you imagine, like, first off, if you're the person like competing, like I would want my mommy and daddy there. But 2, like your child, because you all sports parents put as much time into this, if not more.
Right. They working hard too.
And the money.
Yes. And like they're like, I'm sorry, you can't even come to Olympic trials. Like, what? Excuse me? Like, Japan can make its own rules. We can't argue with them, but that's here in America. Like, let the parents in. You know, like, make them wear a mask, make them get tested, temperature check, whatever.
I said, dude, like, and I assume they are probably on a track. They're not like unless it's some kind of enclosed like simulator shit. I don't fucking know. I've never been to the Olympic qualifiers.
So the Olympic track and field is at Eugene, Oregon, is where the trials are. So I don't know what, but even the indoor tracks are big. You can space. Like, even if you're just like, you can only go in when like your family members competing. Like, I'd be mad. I don't even have kids, and I know I'd be mad as hell if we worked our whole life and then I don't even get to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not my mansplain of the week, though. But I'm sure it's some men who make those dumb rules. But I'm not like, I don't. So I deleted Twitter from my phone again. I only check it on my computer like once a day. But I was on it enough to see that Marla pointed out that all the juniors are on a race to 50 home runs. And someone said, oh, they're on track. They're all on track to make 50. Like, yes, that's why we said they're racing towards it, sir.
He's like, and they're all juniors. And I'm like,
that's so crazy.
Even if it wasn't a specific number, and like, I don't know, I was just flabbergasted. I was like, am I crazy? Like, isn't this what I just said? I can see that I can see the pictures of their faces. I know who they are. I know they're all juniors. I know.
Like, did you actually read the tweet, or did you just look at the picture and then like, let me tell her they're all on track? Like, I literally just said that.
And it's a good example of how mansplaining is not always with malintent. Because I know that dude wasn't being a dick, but it's just like, I know. Like, I know.
I literally said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we get that you sometimes don't listen in person, but like, you literally had to read the tweet to reply to it, one would think. And yet, here we are.
I think so.
But there's also, somebody needs to mansplain to the Braves. Well, they actually did pretty good this week, but they
need to mansplain to the Braves how to not play down to their competition.
That's it.
Because I feel like all season long, the Braves have played down to their competition. There's no reason that we should have split a series with the fucking Nats.
Or get swept by the Marlins.
And the Marlins went on to lose 7 in a row. So,
like a million games in a row. Because they're the fucking Marlins.
Yeah.
So let's just work through it. Last Monday we started the 4-game set with Washington. We won the first game 5-3. We lost the second 6-11. We lost the third 3-5. We won the last one 5-1. I mean,
Tuck did good that last one though.
Yeah.
Yes. Tucker did great. I believe at this point, also I don't make decisions. We all know that. But at this point, I feel like he is done well enough to, like, the next time in the rotation, it should be him again. You know, I know we're still flip-flopping around with who we have in those 4 and 5 spots because we are down so many people right now. I don't know. I think he's done really well in the couple of starts that he has
had. And bring try that.
Exactly. That one of those games, was it the last? I think it was the last game. Let me check. I'm so prepared. I think it was the last one when Lester pitched. No. That was the second to last one. Anyways, Lester looked really good, and we were still able to like capitalize and do some good things. That game got kind of out of hand towards the end.
The story
which is why we lost 3-5. And I don't
can't have nice things.
Yeah, like we're just so close. We're so close every time. We're still 3.5 games back from the Mets because fucking San Diego did nothing to help us. So thanks for nothing, San Diego. We're 1 game below 500, and I feel like all season long it's been, well, not all season long, because there was a while we were pretty far under 500, but I feel like every time we get to 500 or we're right there, something fucking catastrophic happens and we go on like a 3 or 4 game slide. And I just hope with what we've got coming that we can get a little momentum. We had the weekend series with the Dodgers, which we took. And I hope that will kind of be a point where we look back and we're like, oh, that's where it changed. That's where it picked up. Because
I feel like we say that every week. That series was where it changed.
My thing is just it's so frustrating because last year we were like a rally team. So even in like the 9th, you're like 2 runs. We can get that. Like
now
you're
not
like,
turning the game off.
If we're tied going into the 6th, I'm like, oh fuck. I already know what's gonna happen. And I'm the optimistic one.
If we do not have, even if we do have a lead, I still don't feel at the end of these games. We don't have, like you said, they're not that rally team, or they don't seem to be. They don't seem to have that fight that they've had the last couple of years. And I hope there's just like something weird. Obviously, there's been a lot going on. I hope that this changes, and we do say that every week, but eventually it has to be fucking right. I hope eventually.
AJ looked really good
because this weekend was hard fought games. Yeah,
so
these were hard fought games.
Get that
Friday,
closer.
we did set a little bit of a record on Friday in like a bad way. We were like the first team since 1969 to give up 9 runs on 4 hits. You know, one of those like weird rules weird stat that not really a stat, but somebody dug up just to make us fucking feel horrible about ourselves. One of those.
Thanks, person.
So there was that. Saturday was a good game. We were there for that one. It was super fucking humid. Most humid baseball game I think I've honestly ever been to be quite honest. It was ridiculous. The guys played really well, obviously. Sunday, Max Fried did amazing. And Trevor Bauer.
Shane Green.
Yes, we called up Shane Green. Now, I am glad that they did not use him yesterday because, like, at the time they had him warming up, I think the game was like 3-1 maybe at the time. It might have even been 3-2. Like, it was very close. And I'm sure he probably could have done it, but, like, talk about pressure. Like, your first game back after not playing for however fucking long it's been since he's thrown a baseball in a game above AAA, to go into like a 1-run game against the fucking Dodgers, like that's kind of a lot of pressure. So personally, I'm glad we didn't go there. I'm glad we went with, I guess it was Martin. No, not Martin. Will Smith. Will Smith closed the game out. Because that was DOB tweeted that Chris Martin had closed the game out, and he was fucking wrong. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we'll get to see Shane, one day this week. I'm sure that we will. This week, we are on the road all week. We have 3 with the Phillies and then 3 with Miami. Hopefully, we can get above 500, stay above 500. Those are 2 not really great teams. Knock on some fucking wood. So maybe we can jump on this, carry some momentum. We got Smiley tomorrow, who I have almost absolutely no faith in, but maybe he'll prove me wrong. And here we go. There's fucking Aaron Nola pitching tomorrow too, so that's gonna suck. But whatever.
Day after an off day too. Those are always interesting.
Yeah.
But they had an off day too. So.
That's true. Because there's like no. Oh yeah, Tucker is scheduled to pitch on not Tuesday because that's tomorrow, the next day. So good. Makes sense, I suppose. And then Anderson is the last game against Zach Wheeler, who is very strange right now and is not pitching very long or very deep into games. So
that's because we traded him on our fantasy team. That's why.
Probably. Because, like, I don't remember what his last start. It may have been the last one against us. I don't remember, but he came out of the game, like, ridiculously early. So, I hope we can carry some momentum into Philly, get some wins. If we come out of it, I want to win fucking 5 out of 6 games. Like, I want to get above 500. Not just like a little bit. Not just barely hanging on. Like, fucking go make a statement. Please. Anyways, so that's kind of what the Braves have been doing. Moving on to my Stros. They are only 1 game back in their division against the A's, which when we did our thing at the beginning of the season, we were all kind of like that division's going to be a race towards the end. So I think, but they had a good week and they're winning series again. It is definitely I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but how they don't really sweep series, but they win series. Mm-hmm. And that's just what they're worried about, it seems. And it's fucking working because they are winning all of them. This week we play what is that team called? Us. The Red Sox again. Okay. We just played the Red Sox. We took 2 out of 3. No, we split that one because we played 4 games with them. No. We played 4 games with them. We won 3. They won the last one. That's what it was because that's the only way. Hello, duh. We don't sweep. And so we won 3 out of 4. Then we won 2 out of 3 against Toronto. We play Boston again this week, and then we're play the Brewers. Both of those series are on the road. Zach Greinke has been looking great. Luis Garcia is like pitching his ass off, and that's the kid I was talking about last week who skipped double and triple A, and like he's doing so so amazing. Kent Emanuel did have to have Tommy John surgery. I don't know if we've discussed that on here. I think it was in between last week and this week, so we probably haven't. He messed up his UCL like a year ago or something and opted to not have surgery and like just do some alternative treatment situations, and obviously did kind of fine because of that. Well, at least that one time, he went like 7 or 8 innings or whatever the hell it was, record that he set, coming in relief when Odorizzi went out because he was hurt.
8.2.
So, yes. So, like, basically the whole damn ball game. He obviously is, like, kind of okay. Anyway, moving on. He's having to have, he had to have Tommy John surgery. I think he's 4 or 5 days post-op now. He took a picture of his super nasty scars and stitches and stuff and shared it with the world. So, thank him for that.
Maybe not.
Framber Valdez is back. Yeah, I know. Framber Valdez is back, pitching really, really well. Yuli is doing really well at the plate. I don't know. They're just playing really, really well right now. And
Alvarez is back.
Yeah, Alvarez is back. Also, hold on. Let's see here. Miles Straw, who's playing center field, there's been a lot of talk lately about, like, that's what Houston wants to target for the trade deadline, is a replacement there. So that's something to keep an eye on. I feel like he does either, like, really well or you hear nothing about him because he's fucking horrible. So we'll see how that goes. That's just something that I'm trying to keep an eye on. And then, Diaz broke his hand, not by punching a dugout bench or wall, and he is out for 6 to 8 weeks. So shout out to both my teams for having pitchers break their hands. We love it.
Hands are in danger this season. For fuck's sake.
They really are. We're keeping things interesting. It's not like you really need your hands if you're a pitcher. It's no big deal.
Throw it with your foot.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And also, the Astros are to blame for the sticky substance epidemic. Apparently, is what I keep being told on Twitter. So that's also our fault.
Obviously,
Everything is.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, so maybe the Tigers need to use some sticky substance. I don't know. We did win one game in our series against the White Sox. Skubal threw 11 strikeouts and 5 innings pitched, so that's pretty good. And
that's pretty good.
yeah, since 2010, only 5 major league rookies have had 4 consecutive games of 8 or more strikeouts. Any guesses who those other 4 would be?
Wait, no.
5 rookies since 2010, 4 consecutive games, 8 or more strikeouts. One is Tariq Skubal, Noah Syndergaard. Yu Darvish actually did it twice, like I guess 2 different times this season. Steven Strasburg, and then Jose Fernandez, rest in peace. So
I mean, that's pretty good company that he's in right there.
yeah.
So that's something to keep an eye on, because those
keep on that trajectory.
And then Urania came off the IL and then promptly got shut out. Well, I mean, he didn't get shut out, but the Tigers got shut out by the White Sox. And then they DFA'd an outfielder. But like most of the moves they're making is like people they keep sending up and down. So I guess it's not just the Braves that do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we got one off the White Sox. That's all that's happened since we recorded last, really. But I think Skubal is pretty good. And then we had Turnbull, who threw the no-hitter. He left one of the games with, like, right forearm.
Yeah, I saw he left with, like, his arm hurting. Yeah. So hopefully that's nothing.
Yeah, so hopefully that's not a big deal, and then he'll heal quickly and come back. Because, like, Urania, that's what Urania left with, and then he just, like, missed one start. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Sometimes they just need to rest.
Yes.
Yeah. Take a nap day. Don't we all?
I feel ya.
As for the Blue Jays, they are back in Buffalo. I think I forgot to mention that last week, but as of June 1st, they are back in Buffalo and actually, for the first time all season, have a real home field advantage because down in Florida, everyone was every other team's fan, so they never really had one. And it's proving, other than the Astros games, they won the first 2 games in Buffalo. They won 5-1 against the Marlins on June 1st and 6-5 against the Marlins on June 2nd. Robbie Ray has, despite his pants, there's a spider on my window. You better go the fuck away. Okay, sorry. Despite his pants, is doing well again. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts on the first. And compared to his last game before that, which was like May 27th, I think, which was 4.2 innings pitched and 4 runs. Vladdy went 4 for 4 in that game. He had 3 RBI and a home run. Lourdes was 3 for 4. He also had an RBI. So that was a pretty fun game. The game on June 2nd was much less fun until the very end. It was a night game and it was pouring down rain. And it was like by the 6th or 7th inning, I'm like, why are they even playing this game? They were down like 5-2 or something like that. And I'm like, all right, just call it, guys. It's over. And I'm glad I'm not the one that makes these decisions because they fucking came back. Panic hit. Well, Bo had a triple in the 9th, and then Panic hit a walk-off, and it was fucking beautiful. Manoah struggled in that game. He went 3.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Not as good as his first, like his debut that he had against the Yankees, but it's a second game. If anyone's worried, chill the fuck out, please.
Yeah.
Marcus Semien did get the AL Player of the Month. He said last week that he was probably going to, and it came out like the next day that he did. So, and then the Astros series left quite a lot to be desired. On the 4th, they lost 13-1. Like Ash said, Greinke pitched his fucking ass off.
Yeah, it was stupid.
And
when he's on, it's just unfair.
Like, unstoppable. Like I didn't write down how many strikeouts he had, but Ryu had 1, so that's obviously not great. Chatwood didn't even record an out in that game. He's faced 6 batters, 6 hits, 5 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Get him the fuck out. And thank God he did. That game was just a wash. The next day on the 5th, they came back. They did win 6-2. Ross Stripling got the win. He's another one who's been a little back and forth all season for them, but he's really coming back strong. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Not great, but like better than some of the starts he's had this season, and also not terrible. Vladdy had 3 hits in that game, a homer, 2 RBI. Panic had a homer, 3 RBI. So the bats are good. And then Sunday on the 6th, lost 6-3. Matt's got the loss. 4.1 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I don't know. That wasn't a very exciting game. Not too much happened. Nobody really got. I think Vladdy might have had 2 hits or something, but that was pretty much it. There's not a lot going on.
Is Vlad still in the lead for homers? I know he went up to 18. I know Ronnie didn't hit one. I didn't know if Tatis did.
Unless he hit one today.
Okay.
Which,
yeah.
Did they play today?
Yep. Yeah. And they're not playing until the middle of the fucking night, so we'll see.
So. But yeah.
Also, I don't know, but the first game of that Blue Jays Astros series, there was a guy who had a cup snake going. I don't know if y'all saw him on the things, but the final count for his cup snake was 291 cups. There was people like all over contributing. There's this little old man chugging beer. There's all these Blue Jays fans chugging beer, and it was amazing because that's exactly what the hell I would be doing if my team was down like 13 or 12 or whatever the hell runs. Like, let's just have some fucking fun. How about it? And they did. And there's a picture. There's a picture of the man. He's a full-grown man, I'm sorry, with the cup snake beside him. And it's like a good 6 to 8 inches taller than he is.
That's crazy. It's impressive.
So it's pretty impressive.
Who says
I do say so myself.
Can't come together for a cause?
Right.
I mean,
right. Because also, let's say, I don't know how much beer costs in Buffalo, but I know that.
I wonder if the minor league stadiums get to upcharge because it's an MLB game.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know how much beers cost, but I'm gonna just tell you that beers at Truist cost $10, and he had 291 of them. So that's like $3,000 almost worth of beer that they drank out there. So
God bless America.
Sounds like a Friday to me.
Yeah, like a blast.
And this upcoming week, hopefully we won't need cup snake. Yeah. But we are playing Sox, and then 4 against the Red Sox. We're really into Sox this week. That sounds weird. But both teams are pretty good, so I don't know. But I mean, so are the Jays. They're 30-27. They're in 3rd place in the AL East, which the AL East is kind of half imploding. So I don't know exactly what's happening there. The Rays are killing it. Red Sox are.
The O's put up 18 yesterday on Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. That ball got missed when they were taking out the juiced ones, I think. But
yeah. The O's put up 18. The Yankees blow dick. Like, I'm sorry, Yankees fans. Yeah, that one, something happened. But it's weird over there. It's weird.
Yeah, so
but
as far as news around the league this week, I did want to talk about the owners apparently met with like the higher ups at MLB and like, oh yeah, sticky stuff is a problem. I was like, you knew that. What? That's not news. Stop it. But Josh Donaldson, I think it might have been like 2 weeks ago now, he said, yeah, I have a list, and like basically it's not blackmail because it's not like he's doing a bad thing. I'm trying to think of the word, but he's basically saying, fix it or I'm going to expose everybody, which would be fucking hilarious. I kind of hope he does it anyway.
Yeah.
But there was an article this week, it might have been today actually, in The Athletic, and apparently like the most prevalent thing is called spider tack, which might be why that spider was coming around. You knew it was coming. But the creator of spider tack, his name is Mike Caruso. He's a former strongman, and he created it for when he's like carrying like 1,000-pound boulders or whatever the fuck, which makes sense because you don't want that slipping out of your hands and falling on your foot.
Yeah.
But the author, the Athletic writer, I can't remember their name right now, but they called this guy and talked to him and like said, like, what do you think about it being so prevalent in baseball? You can get this stuff on Amazon. And the guy was like, I didn't know it was. So this guy's created this thing to help like people with like weightlifting and strongman competitions, and he's fucking blowing up the MLB. So, and doesn't even know it. So I thought that was really interesting. I don't know. Do you think they're actually going to do anything about it? I mean, I know Joe West like threw that one ball out or whatever, but like, I think they're going to be forced to do anything before they voluntarily
I don't know.
Anything.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I don't know how that could be worked in, but could that be worked in to like the CBA and stuff?
It's going to be such dominoes because, like, say I got caught with it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, well, Ashlyn and Marla use it too. And then y'all would be like, oh, if you're taking me down, I'm taking down every motherfucker I hate in this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's going to be, and you can't sit there and say it's like one team that did it, or like even like, we'll go to the Astros. They were the scapegoat for something we know a lot of teams have done, but it was more easy, I think, because it was like, you know what I mean? But like, there's pitchers on every single team who use it. Mm-hmm. There's no way anyone is going to escape the wrath.
Carabas tweeted, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but he like the day after MLB announced they were cracking down, Garrett Cole's numbers went way down. And of course, that's Carabas saying it, so like Red Sox bias. But I just thought that was interesting. I mean, he could have just had an off day, but
there was a talking baseball today. I don't remember where they got it, but somewhere they had gotten it. And since they made that announcement, so like whatever day that was, I don't even remember last week, that they were like kind of going to start cracking down. They suspended those 4 minor leaguers, whatever. So the weekend series was after that, and there was significant. It was like the top 10 players who had the most significant drop in spin rate, and it was Cole, Trevor Bauer, Walker Buehler, Ryu, Kershaw. I mean, obviously that's only 5, and they named 10. That's just all I can remember off the top of my head. But it was guys like
Friday,
Charlie Morton was one of them. Yeah, that's right. Because I was like, damn, Charlie. But there was like So there's teams all over the league that it, like you said, it's affecting everybody. There's probably at least a couple of guys on every team that use it. Whether it's, your starting pitchers or your relievers or whoever, there's somebody that's using it. And I think we just need to either enforce the rule that's already there, which is you're not supposed to use it, or say, okay, fuck it. You can use blah, this right here. Even if it is like spider tack or whatever, it's like you can use spider tack. Or personally, I think it'd be more like, you can continue to use sunscreen or rosin or those types of things, but you can't use any of these like specially formulated things to give a better grip on the ball. I don't know what the thing will be, but like you said, they're not going to just volunteer to do something. This is all going to be just like a dog and pony show. They'll pull some balls. They'll maybe make a pitcher swap his hat. You know, they'll do some dumb shit like that here and there. But nothing's truly going to happen until there is a foursome hand. And, like, will there ever be one? I don't know.
I think if MLB ever comes out and says you can use X substance, one, juice the ball, because then it will make it fun on both sides. But two, they will come up with their own substance and market the fuck out of that, and it'll be a whole ad campaign about MLB's pitching substance. They're not going to let, Mike Russo come in with his spider tag and pay him. Fuck no.
The thing that kind of annoys me about it is that all these pitchers bitched and moaned and said the hitters took unfair advantages. You're doing the same fucking thing.
And the pitchers are such babies. They're the ones that are throwing at people's fucking heads.
Bobby told us if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But don't sit out here and be a hypocrite about it. Like,
yeah.
So that, I don't know. That was pretty much where my focus was all week.
Did y'all see Trevor or hear Trevor's comments after the game yesterday?
No, but his face was not
about it, because somebody point blank asked him about it. I guess because I don't know how fast they get that information. Evidently, really fast, because somebody was asking him about his spin rate being lower, and they were like, if we aren't allowed to use this, like if it comes out that guys can't use sticky substances, blah blah blah, whatever, be able to perform the way that you did, the way that you have been, and are you going to be able to basically make good on this big gigantic contract that you got?
Yeah.
And he was like, if you want to know what my numbers look like without sticky stuff, go look at my 2018 numbers. So like he's telling us he didn't use it in 2018. He only pitched, like a handful of games in 2019 because he's hurt. So whatever. And then he used it in 2020 and he's using it now. And I do think he's getting a little bit of like, people are like, oh, he's such a fucking hypocrite. He's such an asshole. He made a big deal about it and now he's using it. But that was kind of his plan the whole time.
Right.
Was to be like, enforce your own rules. And if you're not going to enforce them, I'm going to force your hand because I'm going to use them and I'm going to be so fucking good that somebody's going to have to, you're going to have to see. Like, you're going to have to pay attention to the change.
And we've talked about that on here before, that like he straight up called them out on it multiple times. And then I was like, he's going to fuck around and start using it and win the Cy Young. Just to prove to them this is what happens.
And
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Which is true. And no, I see your point. Like, he's like forcing their hand. But there's other people who have spoken out against like batters and the juiced balls and all this stuff. And they're pissed off about it.
I think there's like a deep-rooted like batters versus pitchers, because the other day, Dallas Braden and Trevor Plouffe were kind of going back and forth. Like, Trevor was like, you can use sunscreen and rosin, but don't use pine tar. And Dallas was like, well, you use pine tar on your bat, so why can't I use it on the ball? I was like, well, shit. It's a great point. Like, we just need to figure out what we can and cannot use. And I don't know how you figure that out. Like I said, I don't know if you can work that into the CBA somehow, some way. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But like, the conversation is going to have to be had, because I really, our sport doesn't need any more controversy. So if we could just figure this out, that would be great.
Now, are there any other random rules that you know of?
Or maybe they could enforce.
Okay, so or the random rules they could maybe enforce. So you know how I said that somebody dug up some really weird random stat about the Braves giving up 9 runs on 4 hits and the first team to do it since 1969? Well, because of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go find a random thing that the Braves did that's good. So that's what I did. We got to go way fucking back. No, I'm sorry, guys. Keep up. This is also related to pitching. this is also related to pitching, so it kind of works in with what we're talking about. The most efficient game in the history of baseball was a Braves pitcher. He shut out the Reds on August 10th with only 58 pitches in 9 innings. The website I was looking at also says that this was the shortest 9-inning game in history. It took like an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. But somewhere else I saw that the shortest game was like 51 minutes. I don't know if that maybe means that 51-minute game wasn't a 9-inning game. I'm not really sure on all our short game businesses. Mm-hmm. But that was the really cool thing that Red Barrett did. And because of that, then I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go find like a random weird fact about all of our teams, all of our AL teams to go with the Braves.
Okay.
So the Astros, as we all know, play in the Astrodome, which has a roof because it's a dome. But on June 15th, 1976, they had heavy rains and flooding in Houston. So they had a rain delay, despite being the fact that they were inside. They had a rain delay because fans, workers, etc. couldn't get into the building. But since the ball players were already there, they just hung out and actually were served their dinner on the field. They set up, they set up like tables and chairs and stuff around second base, which I don't, anyways, whatever. I don't know why we didn't have another place to feed them but the field, but that's just where we did. So that was the Astros, kind of fun, weird, random fact.
Okay.
Moving on to the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have a song called "Okay Blue Jays," a song that the team plays during the 7th-inning stretch. But there's actually a different song that the team commissioned in their very first season that is actually their special song. It's called it's by Paul's People. They call it the Paul's People song. It doesn't really have a name. Anyway, I don't know. So basically, the Blue Jays went through all this trouble to have their own disco-inspired theme song written, recorded, all that good stuff. And now they don't even fucking use it because they use some song called "Okay Blue Jays." So shout out to the Blue Jays for wasting a bunch of money.
Good job.
And
I hope they paid the artist.
And that's why they have right? $5 for beer still today.
Still paying those royalties.
Probably, despite the fact that they never, ever use it. And then in the Tigers' fun fact has to do with Braves legend Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, after the 1933 season, he saw a huge slump at the time where he only hit 34 home runs with Detroit. He finished 5th in the American League. He was kind of like on his way out at this point. But in the off season, he did not stay around the Detroit area. He left. He went to Hawaii for a vacation to play in a golf tournament. There was like a couple of exhibition baseball games that he was playing in out there. I guess that was the thing at the time. The Tigers owner, Frank Navin, wanted Babe Ruth to be the new skipper. They were like, 33 was a down year for you. You weren't doing so great. Let's have you come be the new manager. He knew that's what Babe Ruth kind of was leaning towards wanting to do anyway.
Right.
So Babe Ruth is going to be the new manager. Instead, Babe Ruth was like, I'm out for the off season. I got to go play some golf and drink some beer probably in Hawaii. So we'll see what happens. You let me know, though, because before I say yes, I'm going to need like a whole lot of money. And also, I want a percentage of every single ticket you sell because people are coming to see me more than they're coming to see them. And then he left for Hawaii and the Tigers went another direction.
Wow.
So
That's actually
he could have
one
almost.
rare times that I feel like the Tigers going in another direction was probably a smart move because we all know how the Babes' career ended. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But
It
yeah.
worked out for us.
they do like their old home run hitters. Shout out Biggie.
Yeah. It's like 100. Bless. So yeah, that was just kind of some fun facts. I don't know. I just kind of got sucked down a rabbit hole, to be honest. I was looking up weird facts, and then I found an article that was like a weird thing about every player on every team. But it was super outdated. Or I say super. It was from like 2018, so it was a little outdated.
If David Justice was on it for the Braves, like,
right? Like it was weird stuff. But it was. I just got down a rabbit hole of fun.
depressing.
If you type in fun fact and MLB, you can basically entertain yourself for like 4 hours.
Well, okay, so I almost cried because someone posted that at one point the Tigers had like Verlander, David Price, Scherzer, Miggy, like when he was still good. There was JD Martinez. Like there was this whole, like literally an all-star team, and that was their starting lineup. And I'm like, the fuck did you people do?
That's like looking at the Marlins when they had like Yelich, Stanton, and shit. Just like,
right.
Yeah.
But like the Marlins at least always said they're kind of like the Rays. Like we'll develop you and then we'll get rid of you and like try to build. It just hasn't really worked out there in Miami, but you know, we have hope now. But the Tigers, I'm just like, why'd you get rid of these people? Like, what did you get for them? Nothing. I'm sure that might not be 100% factually accurate, but it was just depressing.
they were stolen in the night.
Anyway, so this show, I guess, will come out tomorrow, Tuesday, our normal day, June 8th. We're taking a few days off of Mansplain Hockey Elsewhere just to let the second round playoffs finish. Hopefully, my Canes pull out a miracle and come back from 3-1. But they're playing in Raleigh tomorrow. So, and yeah. We'll be out tomorrow.
And if you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter at MansplainBBPod and on Instagram under the same name. Our Patreon is patreon.com/MansplainBBPodcast. Get early access to the videos, get behind the scenes stuff, you get random shit, the screenshots of our shenanigans, that kind of stuff. Hockey Pod, MHE Pod Trio on Twitter, Mansplain Hockey Pod on Instagram, and we have Facebooks too. So, yeah. Oh, and our individual Twitters are Braves Ashlyn, Braves Emily, and Braves Marla, and our Instagrams are the same.
Yay!
We're everywhere if you want to find us.
New favorite college baseball team, Vanderbilt, faces off against East Carolina, I guess the team in the town in which I live. And I already said, poor luck. Like, sucks for ECU. But who knows? Like, Arkansas got
that doesn't suck.
So.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know if they got
there's been some kind
game. So.
They're having to play tonight because they got rained out or something. Like, the thing got pushed, and then it's still raining today, so they don't know if they're even going to be playing today. But today is like a winter go home situation, so we'll see. And that's Arkansas. That's #1 team in the nation as far as rankings are concerned by pretty much everybody. So anything could happen in the baseball off season. And Montana Fouts is continuing to rule the world. We haven't. I mean, she's just like
whenever she's ready to
crazy good.
We will do a GoFundMe for Liberty Media. They don't even have to reach into their own pocket.
She threw a perfect game on her birthday. That's so awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. What did I do? I went to Texas Roadhouse on my birthday. So
yeah, she threw a perfect game. It was one of those weird, like, cool numbers things where, like, what was it? She threw a perfect game on her 21st birthday, 21 years after the last perfect game in the World Series.
It was just waiting for her.
So that's
21.
And it's obviously they only played 7 innings, so it was 21 batters up and down.
Wow. It's like destiny.
Yeah, it was
throws
just
like
it was.
well, I don't know if she's thrown perfect games before, but she throws like complete ones all the time, like every other day.
All the time. Well, that's the Alabama will go as far as Montana Fouts will carry them. They didn't pitch her yesterday, and Lexi pitched, and she didn't do bad. Like, she didn't do bad, but she did not have the run support that Montana gets. She did not have the defensive, like, the girls behind her just kind of made some dumb mistakes. Hashtag softball pod real quick. But they play tonight, and I guarantee you she pitches tonight. And the World Series ends on Thursday, I believe. And she's gone 4 games, 4 days in a row before, so I would not be surprised to watch her pitch the next 4 days if they
needed. Yeah,
stay alive that long.
And she's a senior, right? So this is it for her, I think.
James Madison is also doing. She's a senior. This is her last two. She's a senior. She's fucking going out on the top, I guess. Yeah. And then James Madison's still doing really great.
Where did they come from? They've been killing it.
I don't know, but I found out. I don't know. Maybe this is something I should have known before, but I didn't.
Oh,
I was talking to my dad about him.
Was a backup quarterback at JMU. Did you know that?
No. See, I also let's make it worse. Apparently, my grandmother graduated from JMU, and I had no idea. I was talking to my dad about the softball stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, your grandmother graduated from there, right?" I was like, "No, I didn't," because he's an Alabama fan. So he was like, "I'm going to root for Alabama if and until they run into James Madison, and then I'll have to root for them." I was like, "Why?" He said, "Because that's where your grandmother graduated from." I was like, "Oh, cool." I didn't know.
Go, Grandma.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's a quick softball update for you guys.
Women in sports.
It's been fun.
It's been so fun. Softball is really fun, and it's also, if you're looking for something that like isn't as huge of a time commitment, it's like ideal because the games are quick, they're fast paced. Like
people
we get in and out of there.
Their gloves and their hats and their blah blah blah. And Manfred's not running it, so it's great.
Yay! And on that note, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.